Hi, good day dear audience. The video I am issuing today is about the planet invasion, the invasion of the planet Earth. How is this? Are there ETs going to invade the Earth or extraterrestrials, I mean? Well, not that exactly, something like that. Well, there are two inhabitants of the Earth that are going to invade our universe. These are namely Russia and Persia, and China also. Russia and Persia are going to invade our planet military and impose their will and authority on other countries, increasing their military powers and inventing new remarkable weapons and high technology, high in level. And China will invade the world economically. Let's talk first about Russia and Persia. Well, Russia and Persia are clear what Persia is doing in Lebanon, with Houthis in Yemen, and attacking the Western ships in Bab el-Mandab, the Red Sea. Well, what is happening is that Persia is relying on its income from petrol. Russia on its income from petrol, natural gas, and because without money there is no power. Clear the expansion intentions of Russia in Ukraine. It's not the protection war as Putin claimed. No, it is greedy for the geographic position of Ukraine, and in addition to many of its good coasts on the hot waters and its natural wealth also. And this greed extends to all the world, to all the wealthy countries and all the world. Persia wants to increase its authority. Both Persia and Russia are allies, and Persia now have improvised very advanced weapons from the technological point of view. What would we do? When the world faces them, it would be a world war between the Western world and Russia and Persia, and that would be the end of the world. So what would we do? Well, in Russia there are manifestors, and the same for Persia. There were manifests. They arrested all the manifestors and finished it off. Let's pray to God that the manifests returns again in Russia and Persia, or activated, because both Persia and Russia are expensive imperialist countries. As for China, it's not an assaulting country, but power induces authority and induces the will to control and imperialize and occupy. China is now nearly the factory of the world, and the greatest exporter in all the world is China. Of course, it is out of the policy of Henry Kissinger, who opened China to the external world. But what I believe is all the world, especially the Western world, America and Europe, should establish a trade barrier and tax protection for its goods. The Chinese goods and the products are a bit cheaper than the Western and other countries and all other countries' products. And in all the world, due to economical condition induced also by the Ukrainian-Russian war, the financial state of all citizens around the world is not good. So this increased the demand for the Chinese goods, because any person wishes to pay lesser and on the expense of quality. Of course, the Chinese quality is improved, I admit, but still lesser than the most of the Western world products. So there has to be economic barrier, because the demand increases the growth of the Chinese. Because if I don't find a demand for my product, I decrease my production, and consequently my economy would be affected, and economical balance would be less on my side. As for China, for Russia, and Persia, they has to be defeated in Ukraine. Why? And Persia to be defeated in Lebanon and in Yemen. Why? Because the defeat for dictatorship regimes induces failure. That's a fact we should be aware of. So I hope the world awakes before these three countries occupy the world, China economically and Russia and Persia militarily or by authority due to its military power. China in special would make of the whole world administrative personals, and it would be the factory of the world, because the Western world, if it factories the production units, if it finds lesser demand on its product, as I said, the demand induces increase in production, will decrease its production, and finally it would come to the product, the Western and all the world, the production would come to zero. They find lesser in demand. So those are the points that I want to warn from. The world awakes early. Bye, dear audience.